All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the April edition of the Office 365 Tips and Tricks webinar brought to you by the Marks Group. Today we're going to be talking about the following 3 tips. First, we're going to talk about adding your organization logo to Office 365. So this logo that's displayed up in the upper left here, get to a page that actually will show it. The Admin Center does not always show your logo. Okay, so up in the upper left here, where it just says Office 365, I will show you how to add your logo up there in the banner. Next up, we're going to talk about adding custom help desk information to Office 365. So this will be displayed when users click the little question mark in Office 365. You can instruct them how to get help with this. And then finally, we're going to talk about adding external sharing for Skype for Business. I know Skype for Business is going by the wayside here I don't really even know when Microsoft is going to transition fully, but eventually it will get rolled up into Microsoft Teams. But for the time being, we can certainly enable external sharing for Skype for Business. And I haven't actually checked the settings for Teams to see if there's something similar. I would assume there is, but again, I have not checked that, so don't take my word for it. But I am sure that they will enable something or create a feature like this for Teams if they haven't done so already before they fully make the switch over to Teams from Skype for Business. So anyway, let's get started. Adding our organization logo to Office 365. And again, if anyone has any questions about this stuff or you just want to see these steps a little bit slower, you can access our blog posts where I walk through each of these steps with screenshots. So let's get to it. So I'm logged into Office 365 and I'm going to go to our admin center. So you click the admin tile here and it's probably going to open up in a new tab. So that will open up. And actually 2 of our tips kind of are located in the same place here. So if we go to settings, settings and then organization profile, we see our basic information about our organization here, technical contact, address, etc. We can set custom themes, custom tiles. Here's where we provide customized help desk info. But first we're going to add our company logo, and I'm going to make sure I'm in the right spot. Yeah, okay. Oh, sorry. So manage custom themes for our organization. If we click edit here, that's going to allow us to set the theme, yes, with the different colors and stuff. You can actually prevent users from overriding this theme that you set with their own theme. But we're going to add our logo here as well. I have one up here already. I'm going to upload a new, different logo here. And I'm just going to select this old version of our logo. Oh, I take that back. So before I do that, I don't think this is actually going to let us do this unless it happens to be the right size, but this image has to be exactly 200 by 30 pixels and it no larger than 10 kilobytes. It has to be that way. It's very picky about that. So I don't think this is going to work, but let's see if it happens to be the right size. You can also make your logo clickable by entering a URL here. So if you click this logo, it's going to take you to marksgroup.net. So I'm going to click save. I don't think, okay, I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised. I wasn't sure if that logo was the right size. So as you can see, the logo has been updated here. For some reason on my system in particular, the logo is like 50-50 on whether it actually shows up. I think that's a personal problem that I'm having. It doesn't seem to be the case for my clients that have their custom logo up here. So again, to update this logo to be your organization's logo, you can go to settings, then organization profile, and again, this is in the admin center. So settings, organization profile, then manage custom themes, then make sure that your image is 200 by 30 pixels exactly, and no larger than 10 kilobytes, and you should be good to go. Okay, so next up is updating the help desk contact info. So settings, organization profile, same place, just a couple of tiles underneath the custom themes. We're going to click edit here. It's taking a long time to load for me. There we go. Second time's the charm. So we can enable or disable the help desk card here. You can add the little flavor text you want your users to see, and then you can enable or disable each of these. You can add a phone number if you have it, an email if you have it, and a URL if you have it. So then we just click save. And then you might need to refresh the page. But then when you select, or when your users select this question mark, yes, the Microsoft Help and tell me what you want to do, that will still be there, but we'll also have this text that we added and then a contact email, phone number, and website. This could link to, a frequently asked questions page or some sort of intranet site, whatever the case. So that is how we add, and this is accessible from anywhere in Office 365, by the way, this customized help desk information. All right, what's our third tip? Enabling external sharing for Skype for Business. Also, about external sharing for Skype for Business, it sounds, what they called that is, I think, doesn't necessarily reflect what it actually is. Or at least it's a little, I don't know, I think they named it a little funky. But so external sharing, we're going to go to settings, then services and add-ins, and we're going to go down to Skype for Business. This is going to allow you to talk to other organizations that also have Skype for Business. So if you are in IT and you've got a project and you're working with consultants, or as a consultant, if you want to work with your clients, you want to make sure that this external sharing right here is enabled. Let people in your organization contact people with Skype for Business in other organizations. If you really want to, you can also enable this second option, which lets you or your users use Skype for Business to communicate with just normal Skype users. They don't even have to have Skype for Business. We have this enabled. I think most organizations would not, but feel free to allow or disallow this as needed. You can also add domain exceptions and block specific domains or whitelist very specific domains. So totally up to you on how you want to set this up. We, in our organization, we just allow everyone. We've got a lot of clients and a lot of people that we're trying to help that also use Skype for Business. So we have this all enabled. You might lock this down a bit more for your own organization. But again, this external sharing, it's going to allow you to talk to Joe Schmo from Microsoft instead of locking it down to just your own organization. All right, and again, just one more time, we get to there by going to our admin tile. That's going to open up the admin center. Then we go to settings, then services and add-ins. That's where you're going to access a lot of your service settings, for lack of a better term. And then you're going to scroll down to Skype for Business. And just for kicks, let's see if they have something similar for Microsoft Teams. I know that Teams has its own admin center. Yeah, I'm not sure that they have it. Might be it might be called something else. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. But if I do find that in the future, I will probably write a blog post about that because I think that's good to know, especially if they're going to be completely getting rid of Skype for Business and basically using Microsoft Teams instead. They're going to need something similar to allow people to talk to external organizations. So pretty short webinar today. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to leave a comment on any of the blog posts. I always try to respond to the comment in the blog, but if it's a little more complicated, I'll just respond directly via email. Or you can always email me at megan@marksgroup.net. And just one more time, real quick summary of what we talked about today. We're going to go to the admin tile to access each of these and settings to access each of the tips today. Organization profile, we're going to be able to update our organization logo. It's a very specific size, so you might need to use paint or something to resize it. And then updating the customized help desk info is in that same location, just a couple tiles down. Then to update the Skype for Business settings, we can go to Settings, then Services and Add-ins, and then scroll down to Skype for Business and enable that external sharing option. And that's going to allow us to talk to people in other organizations. All right, so again, any questions, leave a comment on the blog post, email me at megan@marksgroup.net. But otherwise, thank you so much for joining, and I hope this was helpful for you.